Good morning, everyone. Let me know if you can hear my mic okay. Hello. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but my video got taken down. First it was a privacy reason, and then it was bullying and harassing. I didn't bully or harass anybody during any of it. It's funny when I come back and do my first live in months. That's what you get. It astonishes me. Morning. So I guess I hit a nerve. Somebody didn't want what I had to say out there. There's one person, I think it's a soccer account, who said, "Stop, just stop it." I think it's a creator that we all know that always uses that stop it. I go by my own feelings, my own thoughts. I believe we're all grown. We can make up our own mind. You don't have to agree. I don't agree with everybody I watch, but I sure don't mass strike their channel. You'd think they'd want it left up so people could read what they had to say before they took it down. And as for the video, whenever I put the offenders of Hawkins County, that's public record. Everybody can go and research it. Makes you want to research it that much harder for the few that I put in that video. Because one person made sure they put who they were right where they wanted that took out at 48 seconds into the video. Yeah, right? It's kind of weird. It just makes me wonder. I know a lot of channels disappeared in the beginning. Some of them were attacked. Some of them just went away. And it's sad. But you just, whoever you guys are, you just make me want to come back that much more and to look at things that much harder. What you fail to realize is we're not going away until somebody's arrested. We're not going away. The child, in my opinion, did not just walk off all by herself. That's my opinion. And I was looking at this map. Oh, it's breaking up. Sometimes my dog comes through and tangles in the wire. Is that better? Can you hear me better now? I won't touch the mic, so let me know if you can hear me better or if it's still messing up. Thanks, Scott. So, yeah, I guess somebody got mad that I mentioned that they went in a boat, allegedly. And I said allegedly, that a local told me this. So we're allowed to talk about things. Just makes me wonder why you guys don't want us talking about it. You know, I've gotten hate on like 4 videos since I've come to YouTube. Not as much as the one that I did yesterday morning. That's the craziest shit. And it takes more than one person to mass flag you like that. So they did it while I was sleeping, I guess. They got together, whoever they are. But we know the one RSO because he put his privacy complaint at his picture in the video. I guess he doesn't really understand how things work on here. So why he would do that just makes me want to dig into him more. But if they all did go to Fort Patrick Henry Dam, to me it would make sense because you can travel in a boat on the water all around the places they were that day. Right, act right. Not one time has one vanished. 53 years of child care. It happens. Korean people mass flagged last video. Well, I'm wondering if other creators got flagged too. Oh, Korean Best, the one that's in here now. Why would they mass flag it? What was the purpose? That's what I would like to know. I mean, if you disagree, we all disagree on things. But I don't bully people. That's a fact. I don't make fun of people. But I'm going to look harder into this because of that. If you can travel by water, you can't go past the dam, I don't think. I'm not from around there. So if somebody lives around there, they would know if you can get a boat through the Fort Patrick Henry Dam. Because I would really like to know that. But if you notice, the church is on that road. The hippie house is near the dam. You can get to it from Warriors past State Park. Right. I said allegedly. Allegedly, since I was told that from somebody who lived there. The same person who said the truck was there all day, most of the day. I think they may know, you know? Always look at everything from every which way because I know all through this case there's trolls. There's people who send you stuff just to send you down a rabbit hole. Yep, my dog's scratching. So I don't believe everything that I'm told, but it made me come back to see and look at a few things. If you got a boat through the dam, you have far worse problems than on your hands. It's a hydroelectric dam. Yeah, it doesn't look like you could get a boat through there. But what I'm saying, Scott, is when this all started, Marlena had a post talking to Candace and them about if they were still meeting at the dam. I have that on my iCloud. I don't have an iPhone anymore. So when I figure out how to get in there, I'll be able to get them screenshots. I'm not just pulling that part out of my behind, but I've kept that all this time. And then when this person told me this, I was like, wow, that makes sense. Then the post that Marlena made in the beginning before she deleted it makes sense to me. Oh yeah, somebody said they were that person and flagged me where their picture was. So I just want you to look at the places that they went that day and what's surrounding there. They went to the hippie house. They went to the tobacco depot. They went to the hospital, which that's away from the waterway. They went to Priceless. They went to the place where they got their slushies. All around the waterway. All of that is right around the waterway. You can access it through any computer to the website after verification. Turbines and a bigger drop to the river. Now you can drive around the river side of the dam. Could you back then? Even Dawn's not wasn't working too far away from the waterway. So it just makes me wonder, were they there? Did they go to the dam? Did they go by boat? I don't know. It's a theory that was put out there, and so it's something I figured I would share and we could look into. But when you come after me over a video, then it makes me go, what did I say that you didn't like? Instead of coming and telling me what you didn't like. I mean, that's the way grown people do things. Unless you're involved. Because you would think I wouldn't get that much hate. I'm a small channel. I'm not out here to make money on YouTube. And if you take my channel, that'll be fine. That don't mean I'm gonna stop. I'll come back. Like the rest of them do with other channels. I don't have to monetize it at all. Yeah, that's what was said by the person at the horse pond, at the horse stables. Do y'all remember, that not that dispatch call of Chop Tack Road of that morning? You can even access the water that way if they went around the dam. Like if they had a boat they could pick up and move. I don't know what kind of boat. I'm waiting to hear back from that person to see if she knows. It's not the Factor small channel, it's your background. Oh, thanks. That's nice. Well, I've been here 3 years since the beginning because everybody who cares should have a voice, be able to speak. As long as you're respectful, you can agree to disagree. Oh, yeah, if they strike me, they flagged me instead of struck me. But yeah, if they strike me, I can find out. I would love for them to do that because then you have to give all your information over. Um, because people have said that. People try to go real life on you. They want to go real life. But see, I live at a dead end road. And they can call my old man's job fine because I'll answer the phone. He's self employed, so we can do that. I think my dog wants to be on YouTube. She does that every time I get online. Who is the person speaking? Oh, I would use an attorney. Princess. Oh. Yeah, my dog, she's 15 years old and she wants to be a YouTube star, I think. We should make her own channel. There was a canoe-like boat that sat outside the house, and Allie was pictured in it. Don't know it. No, that was a paddleboard boat. And JLR got a picture of them taking that off one day. The green Suburban and another vehicle came out. JLR has that on his channel. No, it's fine. I'm a housewife now. So I don't know what they're gonna accomplish. They like to do that though. They like to go after people's livelihood if they don't like your opinion or they don't like you speaking on something. But we're gonna get into the other video that I got mass flagged and hateful comments all over. And I had people telling me it's pareidolia. I don't know if any of y'all went and got that picture and looked it up yourself. But this is the original picture taken off Tiffany Marie's community post because she says, "Don't use another one. They're doctored. People are messing with them." So I just zoomed in, and I don't know if y'all can see on the left side, there's the red box. Behind the red box is like a garbage can, and then there's a person in the back. And behind the person is a white car. And I say to everybody, go get the picture from Tiffany Marie's site, go to canva.com, put it in, it's free to use it, zoom in, or just open the picture up. I just flipped it around so it's easier to see. But you can also see the light, like they're either in a garage or in front of somebody's house, but you get the reflection off the light. But here's where it gets interesting. When you continue to zoom in, I guess people forget that glass reflects, not just in mirrors. You know, if you stand by your car, you're going to get your reflection. But you also get the reflection of the people who were standing close enough for their reflection to appear. I didn't put it there. It's there. I don't know if y'all can see to the left of the light, a little bit down. You can see the reflection of the person who's taking the picture of Summer. Her hairdo looks like she has no arm, but it's probably because she has the camera in front of her to take the picture. And I don't want anybody just taking my word for it. I always say, go look it up because it's better for you to see it for yourself, to know that nobody's fooling you on here. There's been a few big creators who've used some real shit in these cases where they have their family member calling in as a witness a couple times. And I think it's the craziest thing you can do when a child's missing. You can't just make things up. If you don't know it for a fact, you have to say allegedly. Because at this point, none of us can prove right or wrong, who did what. We know what they've told us, and that's what we have to go by. Law enforcement has a lot of information, and I have all faith that these people are going to be arrested, and it's going to be more than one person. So I'm going to zoom in closer. I don't know if I flipped it back around or not. But I tend to, when people put hate on something, it's okay to say, I don't see it, I don't believe it. That's fine with me. There's pictures all over the country on the red. Yeah. Look at the head of hair. Or is it a hat? No, it's hair. There's a person who had a haircut just like that at the time Summer went missing. But I want people to, think for themselves. Don't just take my word. You can go back and look at old videos. But I want to know, do you see the person there? The one who took the picture, and in the back, the one that took the picture is a reflection. The person in the back is a person who has their hand up like they're touching the back of their head. And there's a car in the background. I didn't put that there. Is that Dawn's face above the white square? Yeah, that's what it's always looked like to me. But, people say, "Oh, it's pareidolia, pareidolia." No, my brain didn't just fill in the blanks. If you see a reflection, you see it. That's why I say Tiffany says hers is original from the very beginning. It was the one that was sent to another creator from Candace. So, oh yeah, and that's why I'm gonna revisit the things that people were the most nasty about because I think everybody should look into it. And the closer you get, the more you stretch the picture to see, zoom in, the blurrier it gets. I'd like to know where this picture was taken, though, because they went somewhere that day, somewhere that had a light on. Saints intercede. I didn't want to say anything, but I see DW poor summer. Yeah, that's why I would like people to do it for themselves. Because you should never just take everybody's word for anything, especially pictures or people calling in as witnesses, especially if it's pre recorded witnesses. Because really, I've gotten people who sent me things and I say, go to law enforcement. Don't tell me. I mean, I've heard some off the wall shit too. You have that satellite picture that went around at the beginning with people standing in the property? No, nature lover, Squirrel Girl has it. I think that's her name, Squirrel Girl. Yeah, I think it was Flip Flop tried to get the company to sell her the satellite picture for the day on the 15th, but nobody ever got back in touch with her. You can purchase them, and there's different companies who do it. But they say there's no guarantee, if the cloud was over the satellite or whatever. But you can get it. But this picture's always bothered me. TBI's never acknowledged this picture. So does that mean it's because it doesn't mean anything? Or does that mean because it means a lot? We can take it either way. It means nothing or it means a lot. But yeah, above the person taking the picture, you can see what appears to be another person. Not pareidolia. Why do I see a doll's face? I'm going to tell you why, but please, I'm begging you guys to go and do this for yourself. But there's a baby doll that must have been laying on the dash that looked like it had bondage on it, just like in that Balenciaga. It's the weirdest shit in the Balenciaga ad thing that was taken down, which makes this even more weird. But I figured for the haters, I would bring this back out so they can leave their nasty comments. they can flag. We're looking at the picture of Summer in the back seat, not the video. There was a picture and a video. And if you go to the interview room, Candace will tell you there was a video and there was a picture, two separate things. All I did was put it in Canva, stretch the picture so it zoomed in where you could see the people in the background and the reflections, which I've always found this weird from the beginning. But when I was new to it, I didn't understand the hate. Now, I did take this and put a filter to see if it would enhance anything out, better. So this is like the sepia one. Yeah, they do look chunky. But I wanted to see if I could tell what kind of car that white car was in the back, which I can't tell. You can't really see who that person is with their hair, with their hand behind their head. Don has the picture of the tan boat in his yard. The red canoe was against the house. That's very interesting. I see a dog's face. Well, we know Tim made that statement of the best way to get a kid's attention is puppy dogs, kitty cats, horsies. Hi, Diana. So I'm just going to go 10 times harder since what happened. Before I just stopped, but I haven't noticed dolls before. It's a weird baby doll, too. Nature Lover, I don't know. I think it went we seen it go on top of the Suburban that day, so it may have. Karen Best, you can go to Tiffany Marie's YouTube channel, go to her community post, scroll down. She has one that's the original, the first, I guess. She got it from the YouTuber who Candace sent it to. So, and it's not been messed with. So go get one from there and do it yourself. Cat the Friend has the red canoe, in my opinion. Yeah, I just think it's interesting. Well, we live in a world where people do it. Okay, and this is when they went on their vacation. Supposedly, I think it was the week before. So I did the same thing with this one, and then I got all the hate that's Elvis Presley back there, which it's not. You'll see. You tell me what it looks like. At first, I thought, oh, maybe it's a woman because there's pink on. Hold on, I do zoom into it. I said, oh, there's pink on. Maybe it's a woman. Maybe that was Grandis. No, in my opinion, it's not Grandis. And there's a woman to the right of this person. Oh no, someone else has it. I can't remember. Marin Emmett, Tiffany Marie has it in her community post. So I didn't want people to focus on the children. I just wanted them to focus on the reflection. You can see the white Escalade in the back, the reflection. So to me, I see a man who has a beard and a mustache and grayish colored hair. The woman, I really can't tell because she wasn't standing in the sun. She was more up, in my opinion. That I don't know. A local would know that. So then I zoomed in too, closer, to see if I could make out better features of this person. But let me tell you what the funny part is. The person who flagged the one video looks just like this person that I see. So I thought, wow, how odd is that? How odd is it that this person looks like that person? Because we know it wasn't cold that day. It was in June. So is that a person who works there? Was he a character in like one of the shows? Did he work in the freezer section? Um, I mean, so many questions, no answers, but that's all we can do here. But why in the middle of summer, in June, would you be wearing that unless you're maybe a character? Maybe you're dressed up doing a show there. It is. It looks like a Escalade to me, a white Escalade. That's why I asked last night when that one person said she lived by Sean and he had a black one. I asked did he have a white one too, and she said that yeah, but they used it as a work truck. Do I know that she truly lived by Sean? No, I can't say. Yes, she does. You know, I'm gonna just be honest, but I can't say no, she don't either. But I'm sure if she does, she's told law enforcement. Looks like a wax museum statue in a glass frame to me. The Elvis person. There's no Elvis statue at that establishment. I'm telling you, I went through so many videos of the places they went that day, and that it's not. Yeah, well, and that's what I was told in the beginning. So I've done Google Street View. I've done. Um, I went through hours of people's YouTube videos who go there constantly and film. So that's why I say no. But I left it alone before because, at the time in the beginning, you're just looking at all the things, you know. You just pick over everything. Someone named Nice Marie has the channel with reflection pictures. I haven't found it yet. God knows I wouldn't want to admit it if I actually didn't live beside him. Heck, wouldn't really want to if I did. God love him. Right. Heck, right. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. These reflections. I look at reflections like they do you know, in people's sunglasses, even in their eyeglasses. And here I put a filter over to see if I could, see the face or what they were wearing or anything better, but you really can't. If I alter the picture, I'm going to tell you that what I did to see if you could see anything better. And so that's why I'm going back over all the things that just made me want to go and see. And I don't know if I'm that bee mama bear's in here, but I sent her a picture of the guy who was at 48 seconds where they flagged the one video for privacy concerns. But she's probably still sleeping. But anybody who wants the picture, email me. I'll gladly send it to you. Looking at the chest area, the pink looks like an Iron Man suit in a way. Well, I noticed a lot of them shows there, they dress up into all kinds of characters. That's why I say everybody should, just go get the picture, put it in Canva. Like I said, it's free just to do that with it. Yeah, the black shadow looks like a woman. Sure does. But you can't see any features like you can the other one. So I've always thought that was strange. But like I said, I left it alone. But now I'm circling back where you got the most things. So there where I put the arrows. This is without zooming it in. You can see the shadow of the person taking the picture, the reflection. You can see the person in the background. You can see the white car. And I know FBI, TBI, they have state of the art systems that they can really, you know, look at these photos. No, she's clearer in full photo. And with this, this is the video, but it's like she's propped there. They push the bags in. Why you would upload this picture, I have no idea. Or the video, where they cram the milk jugs under the box. They're just so placed. And then we're to the swimming. video of that day at the horse pond where I think Gray Hughes is the one who stabilized the video so you could see it. Remember the ridiculous picture of Summer wearing wigs? They put out pure mockery. Yeah. I also remember the list. I didn't put it out, but I will put it out today, where they put what they took from the house that day, the picnic basket, and all that. I never saw Milk Jug in Tennessee not sweat in June on the way home either. Me either. But I want to get to the part where it looks like that Summer hears something and she waves, and then she stands there. And I think the video goes for like 15 seconds where she's just that way. Yeah, I'm not telling people what to think. I'm showing them what I see and what I've been told. I'm not saying it's fact because none of us know that. The ones for or the ones against, we can only go with what people have said that are suspect and the things that they've put out. They've put all this out. We didn't make it up. It's been out there. Well, when I was 16, I was on a missing person. I was on a milk jug and missing posters at 15 to 16. I'll put my poster out too one day. I still have an old one in my photo album. So I tried to zoom in here. And then you'll see her do it again. Them three I had just cut and duplicated. And then you'll see when she stands up. And then H comes right behind her. See, it looks like she's looking, like she hears it coming. My opinion. See, right there, it looks like she waved again. Like she's looking for them. Oh, she sees whatever it is. I can't see nothing. I zoom, zoom, zoom to see. So are they in a boat? Are they on the other side in the bushes? Right. I think that's when Hunter comes in. Like I'm saying, everybody needs to make their own conclusions to what they see or don't. I'm just bringing it back around to the attention of people because so many things in the beginning they wanted it to get lost in the sauce. I think YouTube was targeted. It was put people were fed information. I think people were paid. People were making a lot of money in the beginning off of this, and things got lost in the sauce. Summer got lost in all of it. And I think that was the whole point. Not just that, but to have people call in false leads, false tips from what they've seen on the internet. Oh, Marion, don't you know that there's a lot of people on here and they just want you to go with one narrative, no matter what you think or what you may have seen or what conclusion you may have come to. They don't want you to think for yourself. Everybody should think for themselves, no matter what it is in this world. We can't be cheap. We have to take things and look at them ourselves. People put it out there, and you should make your own mind up about what you think or don't think. I just figured I would circle back around. If you're going to send me hate, I put it to the side. But now that people have kind of dispersed a little, you can come back around. But we know they're still here, still trying to take people's channels down. Man, they've got away with it. And see, when she swings back around, Summer's still looking out that same way, which is strange, even though Hunter's in the water. So I just want to tell you, whoever flagged me, that you just make me want to look at things harder to bring it back out again. Because there's a little girl named Summer Wells who's still missing. And her parents say this is where she was that day. See, she turns back around. She turns back around and she's looking again until Hunter starts spraying her. I'm gonna go back a little. Hi, Jessica. But see, she's still looking out that way until she gets splashed. Maybe they want to hide this theory. We'll soon see, I guess. Well, if this video gets mass flagged, I mean, what are they going to do? Strike my channel? Have it taken down? So what? I'm still going to live. My bills will still be paid. It's not what I'm here for. That's the sad thing. That's the thing they're not getting. I won't cry, and I'll still be on YouTube. I'm going to bring it back one more time. So that's always made me wonder about that, too. You know, the reflections. Who are the people in the reflection? It's not pareidolia when they look like the people who were the closest to this child. I mean, God knows what happened to her. I want to believe law enforcement is going to do the right thing. So this is Candace's video. I think it's sped up, but it's the top half. You know, there was three things because she put that filter where it spun around. Hunter wasn't in the water when he saw her go under. If she was out there and bumped her head, it would take him more than 20 seconds to get to her. Yeah, there are a lot of people in that reflection. You know, there's all kinds of theories we all can speculate. Really, that's all we can do. We can take what the suspect said, what they've given us to look at, and that's all we can do. But why bash? The bashing is the thing I don't get. Which is a liar, self-proven, and violent as well from his mother definition. Yeah, well, when this case is over, I'm gonna put up a surveillance video of somebody who came to my house. Speaking of violent people who run in groups, I'll just say. And if you're watching my video, I just want you to know I will be posting it eventually. 'Cause I want people to see what happens when you start looking into cases. You know, people think you're full of it. And that's why I told Ziggy, a certain class of people, don't talk about that. Please, don't talk about that. and I got blocked. Not because of her, because of her mod, but it was fine. I don't take it personal because people don't understand the kind of people who surround this case. Even Andrew told him to loosen his grip on his sister 2 times, then said, "Son, I know how you can get." Well, I live in Florida. Everybody in Florida is allowed to carry. So, plus I live in the county that Grady Judd is the head sheriff. He believes in stay off other people's property. Don't mess with other people. That would be wonderful. If they found her alive, that would be wonderful. To me, that would be a miracle. Right. Yeah, that's what's good about the governor here. He believes in the Constitution. He believes what's better than bad people with pew pews than good people, a whole lot of good people with them. How can you protect yourself? It takes the cops so long to come. You can't depend on them. You have to depend on yourself. You have to be able to defend yourself. You get through my door, then you got to get through my dogs. But I have surveillance, so I know you're coming before you come. I live in Tennessee, and I'll rock the orange jumpsuit if they showed up. LOL. I don't know in Tennessee that they have stand your ground laws like they do in Florida. A lot of places, I think, have implemented that into legislation. Where'd you hear that at, Smiles? Beautiful and contagious. Smiles are beautiful and contagious. Did you hear it on the news? Did you hear it from another creator? Yeah, everybody should have surveillance on their own. And make sure it records up in the cloud, so if they come and steal your system, you still have it. Over at PCT's channel. Who's that? You can put people's names in here. I'm not that kind of creator. Char. Oh, and chat. Yeah. Sometimes there's people who are put there to spread misinformation. Sometimes there's people in there who are telling you the truth. Because nobody wanted to believe me when Orrin and Orson's adoptive parents got arrested. At first, I thought it was just the dad because that's what was being reported. Paper cut Tina. Well, you would think it'd be national news because the world's watching. The world watches most of all these cases. They said TBI was called. Well, time will tell. Was she alive? I don't trust a woman strip pole dancing for Ernie. Oh, I didn't see that. I found a farm in Cleveland. It's for individuals who have been ED and SA'd. It's strange because the lady on the hill lives there. Wow. It just came out. Did they say she was alive? I mean, that would be like I said, a miracle, a wonderful thing. I said from the beginning, if the parents had nothing to do with it, I would delete my whole channel because I don't need to even be on here. So we will see. I would hope that would be the case. They found that 14-year-old who was moved states over. Yeah, I don't know about old Ernie Shell. He's a weird one to me. Yeah, it would be all over the news. It'd be all over YouTube as soon as people started getting up. When people start hearing things like that, they start calling. Everybody calls everybody. Emails, texts. She lives in Cleveland, Tennessee, and she is a child runner. Would come from news sources, not a YouTuber. Would it not? Well, not always the case. With the Orrin and Orson case, actually, it was a YouTuber who was there at the store looking for them because somebody had reported to him that they had seen Jacqueline and Trezell at this post office. So he went out there, and lo and behold, they were there. They had been in a motorhome, and Trezell went out the back door. Well, not long after the YouTuber got there, the cops got there. Yeah, he's already out of bed this morning because he gets his kids off to school every day. They said she was alive. It wasn't her that said it. It was in chat about maybe 20 minutes ago. Well, it would be a wonderful day if that's the case. But like I said, it would be on the morning news. I mean, people would be ecstatic, and this place would light up just like they did when Giselle and Jacqueline got arrested. Me too. I'm ready for that perp walk too. Like I said, I don't care what it looks like for her to get justice. I guess we'll find out soon. Yeah, because it won't take long. It didn't take long for the news to get it once them two were arrested in California. Smiles Purple Sky wants to know if you know the timestamp to that. Maybe I could get off the BP pills. This case got me on left. I think a lot of people had high blood pressure during this. I would love for it to end now. There's people on here who don't want it to because that's their whole channel, their whole identity in life. Good morning. Oh, I think we went through the mask flagging, the reflections, the dam, but you could rewind and go back. Now we're talking about in Paper Cut Tina, somebody said that they found somewhere in Massachusetts alive. So we'll see as the day unfolds. People can, I don't know, when people put stuff in my chat, and it's kind of hard to believe, I always go check, and most of the time when it's something like that, they just created the channel that day. So then you know they're just trolling. And I don't understand that either. How do you troll in a missing persons case, especially a missing child's case? How do you make things up in a missing child or a missing person's case? They have an address. Well, I guess we will see. Most definitely to watch when we are down here. I don't know the name, Paper Cut Tina. Yeah, I don't watch her. I think she used to be on Dolly Vision all the time. And then Dolly got a girlfriend, and then I don't know what happened. I just noticed that she wasn't there anymore anytime I would pop in certain subjects. He's probably repeating something ES said. Oh, that guy. That guy. He's been on here for 3 years too, and he just let people know, I think a month ago, that he did live in Churchill at one time. I mean, you wait 3 years to tell people that you live there. You probably know a lot of people there. I mean, I think that's pertinent information for the people who tune in. Yeah, let's make that clear, Smiles, because somebody will run with it. Let's make sure everybody knows Tina's not the one who said it was someone who came in her chat and was telling her that. I think it's cruel to spread that kind of info if it's proven false, just saying. It is cruel. Like what Chase did with Tiffany, saying that she was alive and they knew where she was. Yeah, I know he is. I've watched some weird things. In the beginning, I watched him, and then I started looking into him and seeing that he was from there. And I don't know, just if I feel wrong about a person, I go with the sense that God gave me. We all have it, an instinct. Just like animals have an instinct, God gave us that. A lot of people ignore it. I just choose not to ignore it. If something don't set right with me, I just know, okay, yep, they went to school together. Yeah, Cam also lived in Churchill. And why he didn't tell people that. That's the part I don't understand. If I lived in Tennessee, I would say to the people who come to watch me, I live in Tennessee. If I lived in Churchill, I would tell you guys, hey, I live in Churchill. I know all these people, but I'm reporting on this story because I'm a local. But everything is like so secretive. You have to be so secretive. But I understand too, there's danger in this case. If people don't think that there's no danger, all these people didn't unalive themselves along the way. I'm getting a jumpy stomach too. It would be the best news ever. but that would mean they arrested somebody. So all we can do is wait and see if it pans out or if it don't. If it's her, like I said, it'll be a miracle, in my opinion. Yeah, it'll probably be like noon. If it's true, you'll hear it on the news at noon because the local news station would fly somebody out to the press conference out there because it'd be big news. It'd be a lot of views. I mean, come on, we all know that news stations make money too off commercials. They don't do it for free. They're not just giving us news for free. They also give us propaganda. And I have to say, a lot of us fell for it throughout our life because you're taught a certain way in school, which is a government funded schooling. You know, officer friendly is friendly. Your church pastor is friendly. Your priest is friendly. You trust these people. You respect these people. And they end up coming out to be a monster to some of the children that their parents had told them always to listen, obey, do as you're told. And that's how these kids get wrapped up in these people because they're raised to show respect to their elderly. Hello, Tinky Tink. Oh, I just had videos taken down from yesterday. So I come to go over the subject I was talking about. And there's a rumor that they found Summer in Massachusetts alive, but right now it's just a rumor. It's a hearsay, and we'll see by noon because the world will know by noon if it's true. Smith-Mott Act allows them to lie to us with no legal recourse. Oh yeah, law enforcement can lie. They can lie all they want to, and it's okay. The Supreme Court ruled on that. Right. Your pastor, mine ain't either. I'm just all shaking my head. Thank you so much for the update. In other words, they lie 24/7. Well, this is my opinion, and I know every post I've made on my community wall they've took down. So I don't want. I guess I won't say how I feel about what's going on in the world on this one because I want to see if it gets took down for bullying, harassing, and all that. Oh, thank you, damn. Well, I try not to feed nobody no shit. I don't believe in it. It's the things that make me so mad. I'm talking about every single talking head face you see on the boob tube. There's not a thing they say that's true. So unless I'm witnessing something for myself, I question everything. And you should. That's my opinion. I question everything too. Church video has been removed. I wonder who the little blonde girl is. I don't trust anyone involved with it. Scares me. Yeah, but the good thing is that the person who, even though they removed it from her, see, that's the kind of crap I'm talking about. They removed a picture that may could save a child, but it's okay because the video don't just disappear. You know, some people put it on YouTube and delete it off their hard drive. I don't do that. Yeah, I seen that too. That was a woman and she had a backpack with the explosive devices, they say. Yeah, we're free thinkers here, you know. I watch everybody. Whether I like them, I don't like them. I go and I watch everybody. And I've sat back and I'm a person who watches the room. You know, if I go to a party, I watch the room. I put my back to the wall and I see how everybody's is. I'm a people watcher, you know. I mean, if I get a bad feeling, you can forget it. There's no bullying here. This channel has never been a place for ugly stuff. We have meaningful conversations here. And it should be like that everywhere. I think I put you have to be a subscriber for a minute, but that's just to keep the bots out. You know, I don't want them advertising their websites. I'm not interested in it. Observers. Well, you have to be. You have to observe the people who are around you. You have to observe what are they doing? What is their purpose here? You know, everybody has a purpose. You know, I say, what happened to people's morals? What happened to, you know, it's like people don't have them anymore. You can even see it in the music. Things that they would have never put on when I was a kid or a teenager growing up. You would have never seen some of the stuff on TV or heard it on the radio. And now you hear it all the time. And then they wonder what's wrong with the youth nowadays. Why are they so desensitized? Well, when a child can go online and watch videos of people being mean to animals or taking somebody's head off, that's horrible. Nobody should be subjected to that. And they can go in and watch people have, you know, sex. They don't, you couldn't do that when we were growing up or when I was growing up. Yeah, back with Bama Girl, me too. But they wonder why the world's gotten so bad. They took God out of the schools, you know. They keep this race thing going between us. Then if they can't get you that way, they throw in the political aspect. They try every which way to keep the world, you know, at each other's throat. All right, Marion, good night. Thank you. I remember Frankie going to Hollywood being banned, right? The games are just as bad. I refuse to buy them. Yeah, it's just, and you wonder what's wrong with the world. You wonder what's wrong with our youth. How they can go and hurt their parents or their friend down the road or their girlfriend. I mean, we see more and more. They say, oh, we see more and more because everything is at your fingertips. No, you see more and more because people are desensitized to the violence, to the crime. They glorify it. There's nothing glorious about it. Yet they are chaos and they want order. Does anybody know if TBI has a channel on YouTube? No, but they do on they have a website, or tbi.gov. Like I said, it'd be wonderful if that's the truth. Then we can go and look into other cases after you breathe from this one. But that means they're still a perpetrator. I don't know. I would be angry with my local law enforcement. I can see 2 years, but after 2 years, my opinion, you can you should do whatever you got to do. But I was up all night. We'll be up all day to see if the rumors are back. Ask what channel chat this was said in. Paper cut Tina's chat. She didn't say it. Somebody in there said it. The bullying in schools are no help for because of inclusion. I have nightmares for my grandchildren growing up in today's world. Well, that's why I homeschooled my kid. Because then you let somebody else instill the values. You know, they made it where it takes a two-person household just to pay your bills. You can't even hardly feed yourself and your kids and pay for rent or mortgage or I think it was designed that way. And it's sad. Homeschool's the only way to go. I won't follow another missing child case. I wish I'd never saw this one. Probably sounds awful, but it's how I feel. No, because it pulls at your soul. I mean, if you're a person who cares, how can it not? It's insane, definitely by design. That's how I feel about it. I'm gonna do a live about something in regards to all that, but you're not alone in your feelings. I, in fact, have said the same thing so many times. Oh, there's going to be so many who exit out of this whole genre once this is over because you care so much. Like I said, it hurts your soul. People think you don't care. We care. That's the thing. We didn't care, and we were the desensitized ones, who had just been a passing thought in our lives. I always said that Summer had a strong spirit because look how many people have been drawn to this case. I know internet, there are no consequences for lies. Yeah, and there should be. There definitely should be. What do I think happened? My personal opinion is they took her to somewhere to somebody. I don't think Candace was present when it happened because whatever happened to her because she says nobody would have done that to her if I was around. So I think it was planned out. She was took to a second location. Whatever happened to her happened. They brought her back, but she was already injured or not here anymore. This is my personal opinion. And they had to get rid of her. I don't think they expected it to go the way it went. That's my opinion. Some kind of bear character like Five Nights at Freddy's. It does hurt her soul, and all the money and drama is sickening. Were they making a movie? That we won't know until it all comes out. Some of the characters that have popped out, they have some shady past. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, grown men who have panda bears and advertise on the internet like it's something to be proud of. I can't get behind that one either. It's okay to like pandas. I'm not saying people should not let their kids have a panda bear. I'm not saying that. I'm saying grown men just doesn't make sense to me, but it doesn't have to. Purple tinge to that water that says something in the purple cloth in the water. Now you see, I won't share not one purple flyer of summer, only because what I learned when I got my degree. So I won't share purple at all because I feel like I'm advertising for them, whoever they are, and that's just my personal opinion. You notice at the end of my videos, I'll put her flyer and I'll put the TBI one that they made, but I won't put no purple. No, nothing shows me that was her favorite color. I mean, I just can't. Symbolism is used for good or bad. Andrew's reason is obviously dark and sick. Well, he said he watches snuff films. Our Heavenly Father isn't allowing us to see these things for a reason. Trust me, it's not in vain. This all has something to do with something. And the root is a missing little girl and an innocent child. Well, I think in this case will save other children. I would hope that they've laid low, but you never know. Well, backwoods, I mean, that's my opinion about it. Yeah. And, the first weeks they made that prayer garden, okay? That's always bothered me. It looked like a shrine, It looked like, I mean, they put things you put at a funeral out there. It's not like they did for Carly Trent. You didn't see a prayer garden with funeral arrangements out there. Yeah, pink, but not purple. And I don't know if y'all have seen it. I mean, I know some of y'all have been around since I started, and some of y'all have just, come in here. But Candace worked for a carnival. They, some of the people who worked with her live in Arkansas. If you went through their Facebook, you would see all the signs and symbols, not only on their site, but the, their friends, and there are people from all over the world, not just United States, which one of them died. I think his son is wrecked and his dad died. But they both, the dad and the guy, worked for the same carnival as she did. Not nice people. Purple is their color, not Summer's. I never give her a purple heart, only red or recently yellow. I think the prayer garden guide knows. I've looked into him. I cannot find no flower shop with his name. I found his wedding. I found his wife. I've not found the one who put that wreath at the prayer garden in the middle and he did the interview with Ansley Daniels. And he said they owned a flower shop, so they were donating this wreath. No, Nope. Unless you run it out of your house, but there's nothing that says no advertisement, nothing about no florist. That's always bothered me. Yeah, lovely date, Joan. They have both told us that she isn't alive. CW with his resurrection comment. CW saying she has to put her to the side because the boys are still alive. Right. That's why most of my videos are clips of what the suspects or the people who were closest to Summer have said along the way. It's their words, they're not mine. And if they think all this is not going to come up in a court of law, they are so sadly mistaken because they will go to each one of these creators or they'll go directly to YouTube and subpoena the content and get the whole thing. Now, they're not going to come to get my video because my video is just clips of what they said because they have to have the whole context. They can't take it because then the defense will say that that was taken out of context. Just like they do with the lyrics to the rap music when they boast about taking somebody's life. They're going to do it in this case. Mark my word. And they're going to use everything they've ever said against them. Zoom in on the bushes. I can't with this. I have to do all that in that canva.com, then I can adjust it. I don't know how to do it here. Why, you see something in there? Plausible deniability. I believe it was a plan sale. The 15th was a fun last day with her with added alibis. Yeah, it just makes you wonder why Don sat like he lost his best friend the day before. I also wondered why all the people on Ben Hill when Jackie Dobbs got run off that day. He said there was a group of hillbillies. You need everybody to run you off a piece of property you bought. And I would still like to ask Jackie, but he doesn't owe us anything. But I would like to ask him how Andy got his phone number because they said Andy called him to tell him the TBI was looking for him. There's a lot of evidence built from YouTube, but they need charges, not just evil people. Right. No, I think they have certain things, and I think one thing has led to a bigger thing for the TBI to say this case is outside the norm. That means it's different. It's different than any other missing child case that they've ever investigated. For people to think, the only thing how YouTube affected this case, in my opinion, is all the people calling with um, leads that they got off YouTube. Because they have to go through every single person who calls and leaves something. They have to go and investigate it and close that chapter. That's why they said, please don't send nothing off Facebook or YouTube. But I think it was designed that way. That's my opinion. Really, what happens in June? I think they've all had these places she was seeing. They wanted rid of Dodds and planned to frame him. And why did he really drive the Subaru that day? Because it had a tracking device. I went over pics, never did see anything. Did you comment on it or anything? No, she didn't. Somebody in the comment section put that out. Then she just vanishes. Summer was so thin. Look at her shoulder blades sticking out. Oh, you can see a difference because In the beginning, when I seen all these different pictures of this child, I said, is this different children? Because it looked like different children. It didn't look like the same child in a lot of them pictures. The dog's pocket call proved he talked to Don. Yeah, and who turned that in? His wife? His ex-wife? So you know the people who've been here from the beginning, who's been on this case, and you can tell they've been in everything that's popped out when they know. If you just came in, it's hard to get all the people in this case. But if you've been here from the beginning, things have unfolded, which then you can go back and say, oh, this makes sense now. That makes sense now. You know, where in the beginning you were really blind to everything. Like if Dawn would have never started talking, people would have believed that somebody came up there and took her. But when you say you'll see her in the resurrection, I mean, who does that? No, she was behind in chat and didn't comment. When is Fun Fest? Probably in June. Oh Lord, I would never try it all over. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of information along the way that they put out. And it's all things they said. When people got angry at somebody else in the group, they started, it's like they were poking the bear, like, oh, keep it up, and I'm going to tell them this. And now that I've told them this, I'm going to, if you come and say something again, I'm going to do this to you. Don Wells will defend that church over all things, but he ain't been going there. The insanity of their minds will never make sense. We've lived within the walls of very sick minds for too long. Well, hell, that's 30 minutes of my life and yours I'll never get back. Yeah, I spent 2 years listening to every lie you did. And I said, oh, dear God, somewhere you got to stop because you get so sick of hearing the torture and terrorizing. And I mean, it's the same thing over and over and over. Like she's trying to brainwash the people who listen, in my opinion. You have cameras, show where people have come and terrorized and tortured you and all that. You have the internet, use it, put it out there, so people don't just think that you're a 5150, you know. It is frustrating. This whole case has been frustrating. Fancy camera. Yeah, it's just hard to stomach. And there's people who feel sorry for her. And that's fine too. Like I have nothing against anybody how they feel about whatever in this case. We all have the right to our own opinion. Love them or hate them. It's your opinion. You don't have to be dirty or nasty about it. This is a missing child case. This isn't kindergarten. We're not out at recess, and see who can be the meanest, nastiest person to the other. What is the point in that? Because drama brings views? Then I don't want your view. So much worry for all the children in many homes. I know. It is scary that you see it even in these $500,000 homes, children being one child picked out of, other kids in the household and is targeted, truly targeted by their parents or their step parents and how bad they're tortured and hurt. And then finally, they're the news story. That breaks my heart every time I see it. I can't, there's some things I can't watch. Like I had to turn off the court case the other day. It just broke my heart when they described how they disposed of Harmony. DNC have never seemed like grieving parents. They have never begged and pleaded for a safe return. They seem disinterested. Yeah, like day and night between Brandy for Michael Bond and between them. Do you think I would talk on my abuser on camera? No way. No, most women would not. Sure would not. How many of those cases are never prosecuted? Well, when they find them unalived and they hit the national news, they have to do it. The people won't allow them to just let it go. You know, I might do this case. I'm waiting on the body cam footage, but one of my kids' friends was unalive, and they're trying to say he did it to himself, but he had kicked his shoes off and backed up the hill. Well, when the autopsy come back, he's right-handed, but he was shot in the back of the head on the left side. Now, he's young. He had everything to live for. No, I mean, I know people do it. No, I mean, I'm not stupid to that, but just everything about the scene just doesn't make any sense. But they just said suicide. That's it. It's done. I felt physically sick all night hearing about Harmony. I know it, and it's sad. It's heartbreaking. Like I said, I had to turn it off. I had to turn it off because I just couldn't envision that in my mind. There's things my whole life. You don't mess with children. You don't mess with the elderly. And you don't abuse animals. Them are three things that'll get me so mad. I can't watch them videos with animals that have been abused. That breaks my heart too. And then to find out that some of them people do that to the animals just to have content. It's sick and it's disgusting. Yeah, Danny. Anybody heard of Phoebe John Chuck? Her father threw her off the bridge. Yeah, that's close to me. So yeah, I seen it on the news. That guy was just out there, and that was sad too. To think that he threw her off the Skyway. When I was a kid, I remember when the Skyway Bridge got hit, and all them people perished that fell off. And there was a dog in that, and it's the dog. The dog one made me cry. They say that because then they don't have to do any more investigating or hard work. Right. They don't work like they once did. They don't care like they once did. But, it's because society doesn't care for them either. The bad ones have made it horrible for everybody else. Well, Stillwater, somebody has to be a voice because when it's the parent, let me just say this. In Summer's case, how many family members and friends of the family have come out to speak on behalf of Don and Candace? One? One spoke in their favor? Sonia? That's it. Only one that I know of. If I'm wrong, please let me know. And if you're on the replay, let me know in the comments. I'm interested in that. Because I can tell you something happened to one of mine or to my grandbaby. There would be a bunch of rednecks who showed up and family members. I mean, I can't see my family or friends. I mean, I have friends that I've been friends with since I was little, and we're still all a group of us are all still friends till this day. I just don't get it. What other reasons can there be for getting off around this case with little prison time? Well, Trevor said that they were looking into that. I mean, I don't think they can re-sentence Brandon for what he did, but I think they can investigate how did it get there. Who's Pam? Pam didn't speak on their behalf. Isn't Pam the one who sits on Prayer Garden's channel? I think the only one is Sonia who's come forward. Zero that have actually stood and still stand by their side. Right, and I'm not talking about YouTubers who come and climbed up their behind while it was convenient and then crawled back out. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real family, real friends. Like, I'm sure a lot of you guys have friends you've had for a long time, even if you hadn't had them for a long time. Even your church members, wouldn't they come and stand by your side? Right, Rosemeyer. I guess she did come speak out. Oh, Pam is Don's ex-wife. Yeah, she's a criminal too. So, like I say, it just doesn't make sense. Same thing happened in the Orrin and Orson case. How many people come up and stood up for them? Even Giselle's mama told the one YouTuber, "You're right, but you're wrong, but you're right." you know, she was like, "What? Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong, but you're right." My old man says I have a brain like an elephant. I forget nothing. Sometimes it's just going back to find that piece of information that you heard along the way so you can go back and put it where you think it fits in the situation. That you were like, no, that can't be. And then you're like, wow, now that makes sense. What was said back then now makes sense. So it would be nice. I mean, some people say they think it's like the Carly Trent that people, that they just did this so the county could get money, and that she'll just show back up. That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful for her. But I don't see 3 years. It didn't take them that long to find Carly. And then put his uncle in jail. And he was like, when he goes into the courtroom, he was like, I don't understand what this kidnapping is. Goldstein shit church. Things are going crazy with religion. Yeah, that was some nutbag going in there to shoot up. And, probably somebody told her this was, you know, the end of the world today. You know, time to do this, that, or the other. Or maybe something happened to her when she was young. I mean, we don't know until it comes out in court. But for her to bring her son along with her, that was horrible too. I never understood why the family didn't take the boys. My family would fight for mine. In my opinion, it means no one around the wells were fit for the children. Or they didn't want them. Yeah, I couldn't see none of mine going, but we see every day all these children going to foster care. I've always wondered that because I said, I don't care if you're my 10th cousin. If the state come to take your kid, they can come live with me, you know? That I don't understand. You can be my 50th cousin. If we're related and I know you, then I'll be there for you. I just have one cousin that I don't have nothing to do with because he was on that math that's going around in that county, and his son burned up in that, well, smoke inhalation. But in my mind, I couldn't even go to the funeral. It just killed me because we had went to a family reunion the week before, and his kids played with my kids, and then to get that phone call that he had passed away, he passed away. Another kid, his girlfriend's kid, passed away. The grandma was found in the hallway, and they was back in the camper behind the house, partying it up. And that just has never sat right with me. That has haunted me my whole life. Still, just thinking about it breaks my heart. He was the cutest little boy. Devastated, my aunt and uncle. Totally devastated them. Should have never happened. Should have never happened. But I have a third cousin who just got arrested, and I'm going to do a story about that. My cousin didn't even tell us about it. We're not close. I mean, I haven't seen her in 20 years, but the other family members talked to her. But I guess she's ashamed of what he did, but she can't help what's happened. Yeah. One day it'll come out, the connections. I know people say, oh, everybody in that town works there. I think I won't be surprised with what comes out about them. Just something doesn't feel right with law enforcement, with all that. There's just something not right there. And I was watching that video when Molly Golightly and JLR and Bullhorn Betty approached them at the house, and Molly was crying, saying, please just tell us where she is. Please, Dawn. And the cops were there. That broke my heart, too, because there was no emotion. Like, if it was me, I'd be like, I can't tell you what, I would break down. I'd be like, if I knew where she was, I would tell you. Yep, the math don't math. Yeah, I don't believe that because the story don't vibe with the rest. Yeah, but he's a local. Them little towns, man. When I used to travel from Tampa all the way through Georgia, and I did not want to go through them little towns. Same thing when I traveled to Alabama. There was a town called Two Egg. I would go all the way around because there was something about that town that gave me the creeps. Yeah, I think a lot of that will be uncovered eventually. And I don't know if anybody in here plays the stock market, but the thing that's been going on there, and then them changing the rules along the way and shutting down, putting halts on trade. Well, as long as it's in the elite's favor, this is my opinion, then it's okay whether it crashes or it goes up. But they don't care about the regular folks, regular working folks. I made myself learn that stock market too, because I wondered how are all these people making this kind of money sitting home. I had a boss. He was from New York. He was one of the top hedge funds in the world. And so I learned a lot from him. But he was shysty. Don't think he wasn't a shysty man. And they didn't mind putting companies out of business. What town in Alabama? Dothan. Dothan, Alabama. You know where that is? I won't tell you the town, but I'll tell you there's one little town that don't allow you to even smoke outside your car. In that little town, it's against the law to smoke cigarettes. Yep, the bubble's about to pop. I think we're going to go into a recession. I think they designed it that way. Not when there's a profit, they don't care. I learned a lot in finance and couldn't do it anymore. Yeah, when I realized you can make money on the way up and you can make money on the way down, I was like, what? You just got to learn to read the chart to know that when a company's failing and being put to oblivion, you can make money for it to crash as it crashes. Tennis couldn't clean, so how were the boys supposed to know how to unsupervised? Yeah, these some of these stories that's been told don't make any sense. Not to the common person. Just like I said, if my neighbor come and said, "My kid is missing, my kid's missing," I would go help to try to find the kid. I'm not worried about if the dogs are going to track my scent because I'm going to be thinking your kid just wandered off and we'll find them. I believe that they were too. I won't be going there, LOL. People have their greedy self-serving needs, and there are so many white-collar crimes that are slapped on the wrist only. Oh, because somebody benefits. What is that? That FTX guy who stole all the people's crypto? Now they let him give it back. I'm just waiting to see what kind of sentence he gets. Did Dee work in Churchill? One of three. Um, I don't really know what that one of three. If you have to be more specific. I've never been to Dothan. Good morning. I guess you missed it. So they took my video, but if you rewind, but that picture I sent you, I want you to look at this reflection from their trip. to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge and let me know what you think. Exactly. And how many neighbors and churchgoers were out there searching after the alarm was raised? Probably none. Company TV worked for. I don't know. You're talking about David Dawson. He worked for a funeral home. And prior to that, he was like, I want to say, some kind of field medic or something. I know he was pictured with the head guy, I think, in Egypt or something. That he flew helicopters. He was a helicopter pilot. You know, that airport thing, that's another thing too. Helicopter medic, right? It won't surprise me if something to do with that airport or people who come into that airport. It's just the stuff people hear about. It's the big stuff that people don't hear about because the noon doesn't center expose rampant corruption. No, because they're part of it. They're part of the elite. The funeral home, Carter, Trent, something like that. Yeah, I can't think of it right off. Yeah, well, the elites are the ones who make the money. You think the president controls this country? He don't. Just watch the Tucker Carlson and Putin thing. Putin says a lot, but he also holds back a lot. I think somebody looked into that. I think they said no, but I didn't look into it myself, so I really can't tell you if he still had a valid one. Yeah, I don't trust our news station. I think we get more of the truth from other. I mean, there are YouTube channels who go out in the field, like JLR, go right to the border. You can see it. It's a wonder they haven't took his video down. There's a couple of families that run the whole world. Yep. I think that's why they call it the awakening. You know, that people are waking up and seeing that everything we've been told isn't always really what it is. DW was working in Churchill sometime, according to DA and his dad, let's say. Just wondered if it was the same people. My opinion, also Candace was either up and fed for a reason. Well, yeah, what sheriff brings you liquor, a bottle of liquor, when there's a child missing? I mean, we can't prove he did, but that's what Dawn said in the beginning. Tucker's a traitor. We are at war. I don't defend either party because corruption isn't one party. This is the best country in the world still. Oh, I believe that too. The awakening is also biblical. Return unto natural. Act right. Let me adjust my eyes. I just woke up. What'd you say again? Yeah, private airstrip. All you have to do is sign up for a federal number. Got AIDS with now. Alcohol after two by LE allegedly. Yeah, I've never heard of a lot of this. I've never heard of this in a case. Any, I don't trust Tucker Carlson either. He's born into the game. Well, you hear Putin say that, I know you applied for the CIA and they wouldn't let you in. I just say, I don't care what it is, politics, these missing children cases, people should think for themselves. That's all I'm saying. My dad told me growing up, don't talk about politics, don't talk about abortion, and don't talk about a religion because you can make people really angry. She was off her face for so long, and I believed Don wanted it that way. Somebody did. There's minor airport. It is private, I assume so. There's a bunch of airports in that area. Yes, allegedly and alive, allegedly, so it came from another sub from PCT dropped in here and stated it was said she was found alive in Massachusetts. I wonder what Putin gave Tucker, a lot of papers and a book. I doubt he gave him anything. I don't think he even lets anybody that close to him. Corporal, don't we need Mama Bear to go live in a while? Yeah, are you about to go live, Mama? Absolutely purple. There's a YouTube video of Putin playing piano. It's a self-playing piano. People worship in strange ways without question. I don't talk about sports either, apparently. A coworker asked me last night if I like pro sports, and I said, sure, if you like Broadway musicals. He just stared at me. But funny. I know one is Indian France. Yeah, you just gotta watch what you talk about with people. Well, see, that's where people, whether you agree or disagree with them, you should be okay with hearing their opinion. You don't have to like it. You don't have to comment bad about it. You don't have to fight about it. Piano has 88 keys. Piano is a symbol just like the panda bear. That's what my channel is about, piano. No, I'll have to come over to your channel. Check it out. Garfield, we need to talk about a fire department that just shows up and says clean up. In messages. Yeah, I have a whole book from college that I've kept about symbols. Oh, so many things. They should put all that online. They probably have it somewhere. I've never went to look. But the more people educate themselves, the better off they'll be. Educate yourself. I saw a comment this morning and someone said the director of Camp Hope in Hawkins County looks like Karen Stevens from Bewitched. I know y'all remember this from early on. No, that's interesting, really. Hey, when Evil entered, you watched the one I was asking Andrew on Ghost Panel about this video you have up here? No, I didn't. I don't watch Andrew's channel, except every now and then I'll pop in there, and then I'm usually right back out. Remember the burned up baby piano on the sandbar in Miami in 2011? That's what my channel documented, the specific hidden messages. I'm gonna check your channel out. Act right. Is there any confirmation of her? No, not yet, Mama. I said it would be the greatest day if that was the truth. But you always have to remember there's trolls on here. We just have to wait and see. By noon, if you don't hear nothing, then it's not true. The thing is, I don't remember people saying it was a director from a children's Christian camp. I remember us comparing Darren Stevens to the men in the case that we knew about. Not that I'm finding and believing me, I'm certain. It's on Ghost Channel. I asked him about him coming out of that trial. Out of that trail. No, but I will check it out. Laptop and TV and 2 phones searching just on my part. Just them disheartened that people defend democracy but support authoritarian rule. Alright, it'll look awesome in a bit. I think Bud looks like the first Darren. Yeah, but so does Ernie Shell. Did a psychic not talk about the Bewitched character? Yes, Karen. Yes, she did. And that's the truth right there. You can't blame people. They're taught that way. People are taught a certain way. So they think a certain way, they live a certain way, they do certain things because in school you're taught a certain way. I didn't know till I went to college how bad the Indians were treated. Why don't they teach you that in history? Why don't they tell you? They tell you about slaves, but they don't tell you about what the Indians went through. So it's not people or they just don't know no better. That's my opinion on it. I've already been down that avenue, which is why I don't like to go there. I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm not supposed to mess around with witchcraft of any sort. I did though. Well, it says in the Bible that they can tell you the past, but they can't tell you the future. So it's evil spirits that can that tell you the future. Yes, just give people the truth. And some people can't handle the truth. But that's what they should do. That's what people need. I don't believe in getting rid of our history. Right or wrong, it's history. It's part of what made this country, and it should be talked about. The reasons why it's right and the reason why it's wrong. Can you drop a link? I can't find you. Could it be that each of these men with this uncanny feature resemblance all do in fact play a part. That would be something like that. History teaches us about universal mankind. I just know I learned a lot more in college than I did in the 12 years I went to school. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get off here. I think Mama Bear's gonna do it live. I'm just me, you just be you. I don't think I can, but just search Dream of 27 Hidden Message Piano. Let me look it up, and then I'll post it before I get off here. Dude, I don't see it either. Let me make you a mod and you can drop your link. Give me 1 second to go in the studio. Oh, I think I can just do it from here. Nope, it won't let me do it in here. If you can send me an email, I'm just you or post it in the comments down here and it'll kick it out, but then I can copy it, I think. Peop- No, they're not going to run me off. They've just made me mad. And when I get mad, then they just make me want to come at it harder. But I thank all you guys for coming in. And until next time, I will be back.